Ladies and gentlemen, I have the smoking gun. This right here, if you look, this sprocket, this gear, sits there, or was sitting there, and should be sitting there because there's a circlip. However, it's supposed to spin on the shaft. If you look real close, you can see that that was not spinning on that shaft. I do believe we have our smoking gun. This gear was stuck on the shaft, and that's why everything wasn't meshing properly. I think I got it. And so, I'm just going to take the Scotch Brite, clean up the shaft. Yeah, let's have a better look at that too. Let's look there. Right close. Too close. Too close. Focus. Yep, look, there's even bluing, showing that it got hot. Totally. That's what's up. Okay, we're going to clean this up, get everything moving properly. If you look, it doesn't really look like there's too much wear. It is worn a tiny bit, and but there's not really much of grooving. I can feel it a little bit with my fingernail, but not too bad. So we're going to clean it up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And it'll work like it should. That's better. Just a little bit of play, but it'll be fine. Alright. I got the sealant on the gasket surface all around. A little bit on the spots that I couldn't really get to on the bottom. Now the top is about to go on the bottom. Now that I've freed up that gear. That was the trouble. Alright, engine's back together. Well, the bottom end is. And I'm gonna try and slide it in where it's supposed to be in the frame. That's the attempt. So, just wait. Alright, let's go. Like that. Engine's back in the frame. Well, bottom end. Next up, cylinders and pistons. Bolt down the heads. Fit the magneto back on. Of course, put the bolts in that hold the engine in. Carburetors. Oh, a little bit left to go. Well, let's do it. Just gotta find out the stuff to put it back together. I believe it is under where you're sitting. First up, engine bolts. I got one. Actually, I got three. Two of them are much longer than the other one. Well, not much. About that much. This one goes in the back bottom. These two in the front. And on the other side over there, I got the plate and the bolts that go in there for there. First up, let's put the one on the bottom. After I take the nuts off the bolts. You always do that. Put the nuts onto the bolts when you take stuff apart. So when you go to put it back together, you got the whole assembly. You're not fishing around looking for bolts, looking for nuts, making sure you got the right washer. You know, look after your future self whenever you can, if you can. You know what? Maybe we'll go with the bottom one first. Let's do that. Not quite lining up with the hole, which I think is what's stopping the front from getting lined up too. I'll use a smaller bolt there. Sometimes you just gotta work smarter, not harder. Let's go on the other side. Lock washers underneath them. Josh, why did you put the engine in without the top end on it? Simple. It's a whole lot lighter. It's a whole lot easier to get in there. And my back isn't 20 years old anymore. It's about 80, I think. So, we try to treat it nice. When we can. Right, guys? Right. And sometimes you can't see what you're doing. Sometimes you just gotta go by feel. This part's pretty boring, I bet. However, yeah, snug up the nuts there. They're in place. They're not tight, but they're in place. This is for the neutral indicator. Plug that on there. Tighten that up. Wherever my screwdriver is. Gone forever. Is that it? Yes. Not Josh. It's so dark in there. Yep. That's okay. That seal got pushed in a little bit. It makes it ride a little bit further in on the shaft. There is a groove worn in the shaft. Okay? Where that bearing, where that seal was always riding, there's a little bit of a groove and it made the seal leak. So there was always oil being dripped out. That's where it was coming from. Or at least that's one of the two places. The other place I believe is still a little bit of a loose seal on the shaft here, but we're going to try and get that torqued up good so that that's not an issue later. I also took the shaft and put it in the drill and turned it. I had a piece of emery cloth there, and it really took that groove out of it, so much so that it's okay. But there. Next up, let's get this thing here into place. Forget how that gets found out to its position. We'll figure that out in a couple minutes. Get the bolt started. Did I line it up real bad? How bad, Dad? Just that bad. Right there is the right spot. Go ahead, ask me how I know. I can see a mark there. Witness mark is what you would call it. A spot where the dirt had been. And then when you took it apart, that's where the dirt line was. If that makes sense. That is a witness mark. And this should be getting into its nice, happy, comfy spot there. Right where I told it to go. Don't you want to go to your home? You should go to your home. Go to your home. Don't you want to go to your home? Oh, go to your home. Not room, home. It's from, what is it, Happy Gilmore? I do believe. There. See how you call that? An uncooperative witness. Okay. It's 2. bolt sitting in it. There's the third one there. Oh. Right. There. Okay. Mm-hmm. There it is. Now to remember wearing the suit. Oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Yep. Yeah, I just did that. Not really even sorry about it either. Well, maybe a little, but not enough to really care. All right. Oh, you know what? It just sucks having a broken back. That's everything in life makes it hurt. Everything. So we're gonna buy a crank with what shall we use? Yeah, this will work. No, it won't. Well, maybe it will. Well, that sucked. Did I just do that for people to see? Wow. That's impressive. Even more impressive if it worked, which it did. If it works. It wasn't that stupid. All right, now we'll tuck that back in there just a smidge more to make everything clear and be nice. There we are. Sweet baby. Jesus, that's good. Okay. Seal back in there. Seal. Bushing. What else? Chain needle. Chain needs to go back on, but also the washer and nut on the end of the output shaft to hold the sprocket on. Cover, clutch cover, and then the shifter. Before we do all that, we're going to put a couple of cylinders on. So, what are we waiting for other than the second coming? Huh? Yeah. So why don't we do that? Are you ready? Are you ready? Wipe my hands off a smidge. Tap that back down into place because it's supposed to be in the place. Like that. Perfect. It's even setting up. Oh, that's perfect. Nice. Okay. I'll do this side since it's the closest to you. I'll do that side first. So, Dad, grab the right one, and then you'll be all set. Okay. Cylinder, piston, it's in the top. We will get a needle bearing. Where did I put it? There. And circle it. And we'll put this. Okay. Circlip, needle bearing. Needle bearing goes in. pin is in the piston. Just gently go over. Make sure it's all in place without screwing the gasket up. That's really important on this one since the gasket's already been screwed up. Going down till you can get the piston into the bearing. And then tap it in. Just tap it in. Oh, what? It wasn't in place yet. This isn't working the way I wanted it to, is it? No, not at all, not at all, no, not at all. No, sir, I don't like it. I might have to put the piston in after. Well then, Ricky Bobby. When you put the piston in, might be hard to see because I haven't cleaned them up because it really doesn't make a difference. Run it for 5 minutes and they're going to look like this again. There is an arrow and it points to the exhaust. And I bumped my gas. That'll drip for a minute and that sucks. Maybe we'll wipe that up. It's only a couple of drops, but I don't want to wear it. There we are. Okay, Greta. There. Well, not there. It still has to go in the rest of the way. And I think I'll try and do that once I have the cylinder seated. That seems like the best idea. Somehow. Maybe. Okay. Rings are in the right spot. Gas still dripping. Whew, my back is killing me already. Yeah, but just a couple of cracks. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just a couple of cracks. It'll be fine. This is probably the worst time I've done with this. Wow. It's probably because I'm recording it. So you know what? You're not going to watch it. Bye.